What's up, Alex here with Step by Step Bass, telling left-handed bass players and guitar players, if you haven't already started playing with a left-handed instrument, don't. Today I'm going to start by dispelling with the notion of right-handed and left-handed instruments altogether, explaining to you why they don't even exist. Now, while I'm bursting bubbles, I'm also going to do away with a myth about the most famous left-handed guitar player of all time. That's a left-handed guitar player. I'm also going to give you 3 great reasons why, if you haven't started playing yet, you should not start with a left-handed instrument. Now, in full disclosure here, like Inigo Montoya and the Man in Black, I am not left-handed. So lefties, if you think I'm totally off my mark here, please let me know in the comments section. In the meantime, I hope you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it. I want you to look at something with me. What is it about this bass that makes it right-handed? And here's a guitar. Same question. What is it about this guitar that makes it specifically right-handed? In my opinion, nothing at all. There's nothing about either of these instruments that makes them right-handed or left-handed. Neither one of them is easier for a right-handed person or a left-handed person to play. Now, in case you don't know, a bass is traditionally played like this. My left hand is fretting the notes, and my right hand is plucking the strings. And a guitar is traditionally played like this. Again, left hand fretting the notes, right hand strumming. And since there is no obvious reason why either of these instruments should be easier for a left-handed person or a right-handed person to play, I submit to you the possibility that it was designed for everybody. Therefore, I shall call this style of instrument traditional, and the so-called left-handed instrument I shall call backwards. With all due respect, of course. Nothing wrong with being backwards. And just so we're clear, a backwards bass would be played like this. This feels so weird. But it would be restrung so that the thickest string would be closest to your chin, just like a traditional bass. Same thing with a backwards guitar. It's flipped around, and again you restring it so the thickest string is closest to you. Let's review. Traditional, backwards. Traditional, backwards, traditional, backwards. And if I haven't convinced you that a so-called left-handed instrument is just a backwards instrument, let me give you the reasons that I think you should never learn to play one. Reason number 1 is dexterity. Let me start us off with a couple of questions. Where does your dexterity come from? Your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand? I would think that your dominant hand would be more dexterous. So where would you rather have that dexterity go to? Towards your fretting hand or towards your plucking and strumming hand? If I had to choose, I would actually have my dexterity go towards my fretting hand, because I think that is where most of your fine motions are when playing bass or guitar. Lefties, you've got it easier since your left hand is your fretting hand. Your dexterity in your left hand is going to the place where you need that dexterity. It's not a disadvantage. It's an advantage. Isn't that cool? I have another question for you. Who is the most famous left-handed guitar player of all time? Jimi Hendrix. Here's a little known fact that I pulled out of my Google machine. Jimi was not left-handed. He wrote, ate, drank, opened doors, you name it, with his right hand. But he played guitar backwards, giving his dexterity in his right hand to his fretting hand. So should a right-handed player now go after a backwards instrument to increase their dexterity? Okay, maybe. That's up to you. But let's take a look at reason number 2 before you decide. Reason number 2 is limited selection. If you walked into a guitar store and you wanted to buy a new bass or a new guitar, would you want to be able to choose from the hundreds that they have on hand or the thousands of traditional basses or guitars that they can order for you? Or would you rather limit your selection to the handful of backwards basses or guitars that they can get for you? Right, you want more options, and so do I. So why would you want to limit your selection right from the start. Reason number 3 is restricted access. Why would you want to limit your access to the world's instruments? Let's say you go over to your friend's house and he says, "Hey man, want to play my guitar?" And then you have to say, "Oh no, I can't play that kind of guitar. That guitar is not backwards." Really? The moral of the story is, if you have not yet started playing basic guitar, don't start backwards. However, if you've already started playing a backwards instrument, or if you just think my reasons are a bunch of nonsense, that's totally fine. There's no judgment here, and at the end of the day, it's what you think about your playing that matters most to you. I will support you either way, all the way. If you're a bass player just starting out, I've got some great beginning bass videos, so please subscribe to my channel and check it out. See you in the studio. Damn, it's cold. We got rain. I gotta go. We're done.